Hi everyone, this is Laura and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to share with you guys a few cards that I made. I made some Halloween cards working with the Halloween dies that were just released from Diemond Dies. But before I get to my cards and other stuff, I have a few announcements that I want to make for Diemond Dies. The first announcement and the first thing I would like to say is I would like to say happy anniversary to Diamond Dice and to Dee. Um, I have had the most amazing year with Diamond Dice thus far. Dee has been super flexible, super cool, super generous, and super kind hearted. She is making this business grow so quickly. Um, she's always quick to say yes to everyone with any of the little needs and wants that they have. And she's been doing a really awesome job with this company. It has been an incredibly fun, pleasurable, and joyous journey, Dee. So thank you so much for having me on as a DT and for having um, the just for having me on because honestly before Dee had asked me if I wanted to DT for her, I really didn't think my projects were all that anyone would want me to DT ever. So um, she not only has been super kind and super generous, but she has been a major inspiration to me both in my personal life as well as my crafty life. Um, and I just want to thank her for that because it's one thing to hear, everyone say how nice something is, but when someone comes over and says, "Hey, well, how about if you make some projects for me?" I was like, "No way, really?" So, thank you so much, Dee, for that, and happy 1 year anniversary. The second announcement I have is we are going to have our second annual YouTube hop, and the reason I said anniversary is because her first release was last month, and then right after that was the first time that we had a card hop, which was the first card hop was actually a Halloween card hop, and the one that she featured at that time was this particular die. This was the only die to give you an idea of how much D and Diamond Dice has grown. This was the first die that she had. It was it still is my most favorite Halloween die. Um and the witch's boots are coming in a close second. And it's very large. And it's still available at the Diamond Die store. And now she came out with these. So we are going to be having tomorrow our second annual Halloween hop here on YouTube. And it is going to be hosted by Diamond Dice. You guys are going to have the chance to win um, either a gift certificate or some dice from Diamond Dice. So I encourage you all to stay tuned for that tomorrow. Come back and check out not only my channel, but all the design team members and the guest design team members, because we're all going to be sharing multiple projects and all the different ways that we use these dies. And everyone's doing something different. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see. The other announcement I have is Dee is also going to have her dies on sale again. I believe the sale starts tomorrow and will be ending, I think she said either the 22nd or the 24th. Not too sure of the exact end date, but I will have that in my description box tomorrow for the hop for you guys. I'm going to have that information for you for sure. I do know it's going to be about 4 or 5 days. The sale is going to go on. She's going to have the entire store on sale again for 10% off. And then with my coupon code, thanks Laura, that means you'll get a total of 20% off, which is awesome, especially for those of you who still have those Halloween projects that you would like to get done. So for my cards, I use this paper pad, which I just got. I think I went and purchased this a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, when hubby and I went to the doctors, and I shared that with you already. It's more of a Halloween papers, but they're kind of on the cutesy, whimsical side. I do have a few small um, kids that I wanted to make cards for. Plus, I usually, I don't know why, but I don't purchase as many cutesy, whimsy things. I usually go for the more serious Prima graphic 45 papers and stuff like that. So I decided to do a little change, especially with cards, and try out the cutesy, whimsy stuff, which I did here. This card here is, I believe this one's 5.5 by 5.5. And it's one of my favorite cards that I've made so far for Halloween. I started out with a white cardstock. Then I added some pattern paper. The orange cardstock here, I use my Punch Around the Page Border Punch by Martha Stewart. I believe it's called either Arches or Royal Arches, something with arches. um, Over here, on the little witch's skirt, I created the skirt using the spiderweb die. What I did was I cut it out of white cardstock first, and then I attached it to some pattern paper, and then I just fussy cut it. To the top of that, I added this diamond die bow that I made using my, um, what am I saying? To the top of her skirt, there is a bow that I cut out using my Diamond Die's bow set. And then I distressed it all with black soot. I added a skeleton in the middle, so that is her nice little waistline where her little bow belt. Here I have some of those black flowers that I made with the Diamond Die's mini realistic rose set, and I added some little black flat back pearls. To her dress, I added some stickles, which I'm not sure that the camera's going to pick up, but I added stickles all over her webby, the webby part of her dress. And then on the bottom of the web, I added some flat back pearls in gold. And my camera has really bad uh, problems with color. I don't know why. But anywho, I cut out the large witch's boots, which, by the way, guys, if you're interested in purchasing these witch's boots, they're going to make some awesome elf shoes come Christmas time. And I'm sure you've heard many of us share that with you. But just in case you're tuning in for the first time, to her little ankles on the top of the boots, I don't know if you can see the dimension on those little bats, but these bats, can you see that? These bats are little resin pieces that I bought off of eBay, and you can see them there. They're teeny tiny. They're not big at all. I mean, this is my fingernail, dirty as it is. Um, yeah, so I glued the little bats there, and you can't even see their eyes, I don't think. There we go. I glued the little bats to her shoe, and then I added some stickles, and I added some little flat back gold pearls to act as buttons, and some more of those little flowers. On the inside, I took the spider that I didn't use from the front. I colored it in with my black Sharpie marker, and then I hung it. Another one of the punch around the page orange cardstock. Then I cut another piece of pattern paper to go on the inside of the mat that I made. Here I have the goo that I purchased from Poet Spice, and this is from Martha Stewart. Thank you so much, Jamie, for picking that up for me. I have been wanting that punch forever, and Jamie was kind enough to get it for me. And then this saying here, this is from an Amy R. stamp set that I purchased over at the Not Too Shabby Shop. And it's called, it says, "From one old witch to another. If the broom fits, fly it." And I just love that saying. I thought that was super cute. So that's one card. The next card, I use my CC Designs image. I think this is by Polycraft, and I think it's called Jack-o'-lantern. I also bought this at the Not Too Shabby shop. And I started out with a piece of orange cardstock from Basil. Then I added my pattern paper, another piece of pattern paper. These words here, this one I um, added some orange cardstock to it, and I popped it up for extra dimension on some foam squares. I did that to all of these two word sayings, as I don't know if you can see that. I popped them up on little foam squares. I distressed all the edges with black soot. Here I have the Diemond Die's bat set that I cut out of black cardstock, and I glued that down there. Being that the card is going to a little, I'm not sure if it's going to, actually, I'm not sure who it's going to. I didn't want to put glitter on or anything else on the bats, but I am going to go back and put two little white dots for the eyes. Here I have the Diemond Die's spooky tree, and that is also available at the Diemond Die store, which is one of my favorite spooky trees ever. It's the only spooky tree I have, but it's my favorite. I love it. I love her trees. Oh my gosh, they have so much detail. So I took my colored pencil, which is an aquarelle in gold, and I love this pencil for black cardstock for shading. I shaded some areas on the tree. I wanted it to be spooky, the card, but not too spooky, just in case it was going to a little person, a younger person. This is definitely for a child. I also used the Diemond Die's Tombstone die cut, and I used the solid one, and then I added my sticker here that says Boo. I added some stickles to the sticker as well. And then I did some shading on the tombstone. I colored my little image with my Pro markers. And I also added some glitter to him as well. And then I fussy cut him. He's also on foam squares. And then the little jack-o'-lantern sticker in the corner. On the inside of the card, I used my Martha Stewart glue punch again. Thank you, Jamie. I This sentiment came from a long form stamp set, and I added some more of those bats on the inside. So I added pattern paper, goo, goo, and then a little piece of cardstock for the sentiment. And the next card, which is the cutest one, I thought this would be perfect for a child on Halloween. I know sometimes little kids can get scared really, really easy. And I wanted to try to, being that the paper pad was kind of childlike and whimsy, I wanted to create a childlike card. So what I did was I used, this is a 6x6 card. I used my Basil orange cardstock. I layered it and distressed everything with black soot. I layered one piece of pattern paper, added some cardstock, another piece of pattern paper. Then I fussy cut this spider from one of the papers in the collection. And then I added some googly eyes to the spider, which they do move. And then I added some stickles to the string. Now this string, I had to actually add the white cardstock because the one that was in the paper stack ripped. And it was too short anyway. So I just fussy cut another one out, and I distressed it with orange and black so that it could look like it was from the paper pad. Here I have my Diemond Die's Little Witch's feet, the Little Witch's boots. And what I did was I cut some of the orange paper from the purple paper from the paper collection into little strips. And then I added some stickles to them and I attached them onto the boot. Then I took my googly eyes in colors and I added it on to the boots. So the boots look like they have big eyes on them. And the reason I did that, as I was making the card, I noticed that there was a wording on the paper where the spider was. It said trick or treat. So I just cut out the trick part, distressed it, added some liquid pearls to go dot, 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 which means it's, it's a continuing sentence. And then I'll show you what the inside looks like. Here I have another piece of pattern paper that I cut out. Added some stickles to that. So the card would read trick, meaning do you want a trick? And this is the trick. All those spooky little googly eyes and the spider, because we all know that shoes and boots really don't have eyes, so that has to be a trick. And then on the inside is the treat, and it says trick or treat. And then I used all my candy dies from the Diamond Die's candy set. Um, Watching Christina, who's Crafty Paws, the way she highlighted her candies, I try to kind of mimic that. Failed, but I did do my best, and it is going to be for a child, so I thought it came out okay. I took my gray, because these colors were a lot lighter. I took my gray pro marker and just did some shading, and then I highlighted the shading with my white gel pen. On the candy corn dies, instead of using them as candy corns, I decided to go with gumdrops. So I used my Diamond Dust that Dee has sent us in a DT package a while ago. I don't really care to use this that much because it hurts my fingers. This is actually really cut glass, and it's very dangerous around little ones too. So if you guys do use it, be careful with the pets and the kids, because it is very, very dangerous stuff. It is actually cut glass, so you can really hurt someone with this stuff. So be careful if you do use it. I used it on the yellow, pink, and purple gumdrop, and it really does look like rock candy or sugar. So, now that I think about it, I'm saying that this stuff is dangerous, yet I put it on a child's card. What is that saying about me? Yeah, I'm going to have to put some, now that I've shared this with you guys, I'm going to have to put some glossy accents or something to make sure that these things seal and they don't come off. So that's my last card, guys. Again, if you want to go over to the Diamond Die store and check out these amazing Halloween dies, we have our candy set and our spooky tree, and these also have now available the tombstone set, and it does have an RIP and a solid one, and I use the solid one for my projects, but for tomorrow's hop you're going to see all of these with the exception of the candy ones on my project. We have the witches boots, small and large. We have all three bat sets, and like I said, the candies. There's also a very, very large candy corn mini album die that's also available for sale. And we have our oldie but goodie spider web. So don't forget, guys, tomorrow's our second annual Halloween YouTube hop here for Diamond Dice. So you want to come back to my channel, and you're going to leave comments on everyone's channel that is part of the design team, and you may win. One of you lucky guys may be the winner to whatever Dee's going to give you. You'll find out tomorrow. Also, I'm going to have my project share and a few other things that I'm working on for Diamond Dice. So you all have a very blessed weekend. Hope you're all enjoying your Friday. Like I said, come back tomorrow morning, and the video should be up. And I hope you all have a very blessed weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.